Welcome to this free training on how all the founders that I work with are able to get back at least 20 hours of their week consistently by mastering what I call absolute focus without working any harder than they already are. Right now, the world is becoming increasingly distracting at an alarming rate. And if you can't control your focus, you simply don't have a foundation to build your life or your business on. In a world where attention is quite literally your currency, your most important currency, your ability to focus is not just your unfair advantage, it's a necessity for your success. I've coached multiple six-figure plus founders, lawyers, medical professionals, and these are the tactical systems that I walk them through. This module is going to show you exactly how you can finish 8 hours of work in just 2 to 4 hours, train your brain for deep focus on command, prioritize in your zone of genius so you're able to be productive as opposed to being busy, and reclaim 20 hours of your week for business growth, fitness, family, or whatever you like. Absolute focus is designed to help you condense time in an increasingly distracting world. For example, social media, AI, video games, and all the other shit that's kind of going on in the world right now. You have to learn to focus if you want to achieve anything great. So let's dive into the foundational principles. Part one is the shift from general focus, where you're probably at right now, to absolute focus. General focus is shallow work. Anyone can do it. It's low value. You're fragmenting your focus into bursts of motivation because you're just getting distracted, right? Your phone is buzzing. You're watching a Netflix show while you're doing business, whatever it is, and you begin to convince yourself that being busy means being productive, which is simply not the case. More emails, more meetings, more time spent doesn't mean that you're using the time well. Doesn't mean that you're being productive. Absolute focus means deep work. It's flow state. It's getting high quality of work done in half the time. It frees up your time to actually work on the business, hang out with friends, spend time with family, go on vacation, actually stay ahead of the competition while maintaining a high performance. It's a massive opportunity for those capable of leveraging the skill. The goal is not to do more. It's actually to do what matters most with high quality in less time while actually enjoying the process. So part two is how to actually prioritize and pull the right levers to actually maximize our time. You might have seen this before. It's a custom Eisenhower matrix split into tasks. So there's high urgency, low urgency, and high importance, and low importance tasks. These are how you want to prioritize anything that kind of comes up. The first thing that you want to prioritize is your low urgency and high importance tasks. You might be thinking, I should do these first, right? Typically, that's what the Eisenhower matrix suggests. But I want you to actually do this first. The reason why you want to do the low urgency, high importance tasks first is because you're investing into the future, right? If you're able to work on your business, if you're able to create content, write a book, exercise, professional development, these aren't high urgency, right? But it's going to help you invest years down the line, months down the line. The high urgency and high importance tasks, these are what you want to do second, right? You want to leverage these pressing deadlines and do these after your life-changing tasks are done. Because if you do these first, then these low urgency tasks, they simply get pushed off and you're always on your back foot. You're always being reactive as opposed to being proactive. So these are things like client projects, coaching, articles, papers, important emails, picking up your kid from school, whatever that is, right? Next, you want to go into your delegate and delay tasks. So ideally, you don't have to do these in the first place. That's why you want to delegate. So delegate these tasks and focus on your top 3 MITs. And these should be in your zone of genius, things that you are challenged by, things that you enjoy, but you're not challenged enough where it's burning you out and it's becoming a boring task. It's things that you're very good at and things that you find the most life in. So delegate the other tasks and focus on your top 3 most important tasks. And if you can't delegate, if you're a solopreneur or it's kind of a one-man show right now, then delegate it to later in the day and leverage those micro deadlines. These are things like emails, client outreach, meal prep, cleaning, small tasks that don't really require much brain power. And the last one is going to be delete. So this is low urgency and low importance tasks. These simply won't further your life. It can be okay in moderation. These are things like scrolling on social media, watching Netflix, video games, eating junk food. It's okay, but make sure you have some tight reins on this. Okay. So pick and focus on only 3 MITs each day. The purpose of picking 3 is to help you focus on the biggest levers that you can pull. I'm sure you're here, looking at your to-do list right now, thinking, Dan, I have 40,000, things on my to-do list right now. All of them are important. All of them are urgent. The thing is, if all of them are important and all of them are urgent, then nothing is important and nothing is urgent. You have to learn to prioritize and say, hey, this is more important than this one. They might both be important, but this is slightly more important. And that's the first thing that I need to do. So consistently completing 3 MITs a day is going to help you it's going to help you create consistent high impact growth that compounds and allows you and your business to actually scale 3 times faster without burning out and actually enjoying the process during the time. Here's a pro tip. Write down your MITs on a sticky note. It sounds so easy, but the clarity and the visibility of this constantly reminds you of your focus and allows you to just stay grounded and allows you to kind of create a crystal clear North Star for that day. Cool. Part 3. This is becoming indistractable and crafting your environment for focus. Here's kind of the crux. Never try to force yourself to focus or to do the hard task or to just sit down and do it. It might work that one time, but even if it does work, it's simply not sustainable. Is it going to work the next time, next day, next week, next month, next year? Do you really think this is sustainable for you? Even if you can sustain it, let's say you have an incredible amount of willpower, you're just spending so much energy and you're spending so much of your mental power to just get yourself started on this task that you're still losing in the first place. So instead of doing that, take what the most disciplined people in the world are doing and designing their environment for your success. You should be able to naturally do what needs to be done just out of the sheer environment that you're in, right? And what I like to do is leverage the 3 Ds of productivity. It's delete, distance, and delay. Delete is the first thing that you should be doing, right? You should get rid of it if it's not helping you. It's just simply weighing you down, right? Clean your messy room, delete distracting apps, get rid of the junk food or hide it, right? Distance is when you need it, but not at the moment. This is actually where the hiding part comes in, right? Distance your phone. You might need your phone for work, right? I have my phone as well. Go to a co-working space instead of working at home, right? Create a separate environment so you're able to create separate identities. If you can't do that, right? If you need to have something, then create intervals during the day. You probably don't have to do this, the delay part. You could probably get away with doing some sort of distancing, but the worst case scenario is delay, right? If you need to have something, you have to do something, then create intervals. So you have dedicated time that you're able to do this. For example, right, you can create 2 intervals during the day to check emails for work. You can turn off other notifications and have that time already allotted to. Here's a pro tip. You want to use trigger activities to easily anchor and switch modes. For example, wearing the same clothes, right? Or having the same sort of routine so you're able to get into this mental headspace of focus in the morning. Or having some sort of dedicated playlist. I've actually created a few for you here, and you can check them out in this link. Part 4 is a bonus module. Our bonus that I added here is beating your phone addiction. Roughly 3.8 billion people globally, it's about 50% of the population, are estimated to be addicted to their phones. Right? My screen time used to be 8 hours a day consistently, sometimes even 12 hours a day. It'd be insane. In one experiment, just the presence of a smartphone, even if it's off, actually reduces the performance and on attention tasks, on your focus. So mindlessly scrolling, it destroys your brain. It overwhelms us with that cheap dopamine, the reward chemical in our brain, and it reduces our attention span. The same way we can train our focus, it can also lose our focus. You lose your attention span, it drains your energy, and it just wastes your time. So these are the 3 steps that I use to break the pattern. Step number 1 is to always create intention. Each time you use your phone, think about it as, what am I actually going to do right now? And you can make this automatic, again, like creating a better system and environment by using features in an app called ScreenZen. I'm not sponsored, but that's what I use. Step 2 is using our on-purpose phone systems. Here are just a few for you to use. Number one, if you haven't done this, it surprises me how many people haven't done this, is turn off every single notification on your phone. Because you're going to habitually check your phone, look at what's in your lock screen on your notification feed, and if you see it, you're going to want to do it, right? So turn off all the notifications and automate focus modes and downtimes so you don't have to consciously think about creating a better phone layout or whatever it is. So at certain times you can automate your focus, and certain times you can disable specific apps. Third thing I like to do is changing the tint of all of my apps to be the same so I can reduce the habitual opening of social media, YouTube, and games. What you can do here, I wrote it down, is long press on your home screen, press edit on the top left, customize, go to tinted, and then choose your color to whatever you like. Step number 3, this is probably the best one of these, to be honest, is the more systems that you have, the more annoying it gets. So you want to leverage hard limiters on these apps. This is good because it allows you to leverage the response of the 4 laws of behavior change, if you're familiar with that. I won't go into detail here. But here are just 3 of my favorite ones. These are non-negotiable for both Android and Apple. Actually, Focus, I'm not sure if it's available on Android, but first is going to be screen zen. I talked about it before. This is a 5-second timer to help keep you mindful before checking an app. I know there's other apps out there, but one thing I like specifically about this one is that you can customize it in the settings to ask you for an intentional reason for opening this app. So for example, I create content on social media. So if I'm going on social media and I click it, then I have to type posting on my Instagram, posting a story, whatever it is. Or if I'm scrolling, I'll type down that I'm scrolling so then I can just be true to myself. And I'll know, and I'll have that log in that record where how many times I've been using it for scrolling or how many times I use it for posting content. The second one is Opal. This is used to block any app during a certain time. I personally do 9:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. I'll change it up sometimes. I think actually right now I do 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. So then I'm able to kind of blend it into my focus session in the morning and then only use my phone after 10 a.m. So there's a setting that you can do there. And the last one, this is similar to Opal, but now it's physical, where I have to physically tap an NFC blocker. In fact, you can probably just get rid of Opal if you want and use this instead. It's kind of like Brick, but you don't have to pay for it. So just get like a 15-cent NFC blocker, NFC card on Amazon or Alibaba, whatever it is. And just use that so you're able to, so you have to physically tap your phone to be able to use the distracting apps. That's it for this training. And if you're interested in working together, I help founders and creators work less, earn more, have fun, building these systems so they're able to become indistractable and actually kind of enjoy what they do. So if you're curious about working together, you can check out that link below. That's exactly what the entire process of working together looks like. And if you're just curious as well, you can shoot me a DM and we'll chat there.